Good afternoon, Mr. Sandeep. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Wish you all the best, sir. Program must go.
Thank you.
I'm sure this is going to be a grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have spent a lot of efforts in designing, developing this program.
Yes.
Most of our entire team has worked a lot. Hope this program will be successful. आता पण फक्त ऍडमिशन म्हणलं तर दोन्ही बॅच कंबाईन करून आणलेले आहेत आज. बघू किती येतात ते. We have a batch which एप्रिलची एक बॅच आहे आणि आताची एक बॅच आहे, अशा दोन बॅचेस आहेत.
Okay.
Waiting so that they can also join. Another price. Good afternoon and good evening to the formal inauguration function for postgraduate diploma in educational management. Formally, I welcome Dr. Shailesh Kasande, Chairman of Vestoritrix International. He is a director for. So we welcome you, sir, on behalf of Vestoritrix. We have Professor Sanjeev Deshmukh. He is with Sinhagad Institute. We have Mr. Sajeev, MS. Yeah. Unmute yourself, sir. Yeah. Nice. We have Rashmi Joshi, ma'am. Then we have Mr. Praveen Sadasivam. So these are the people who have joined today. So let us begin with the show and what we are talking about. What the program is all about. Let us allow me to brief you about the company profile, how this company has emerged, about myself, our partners, partner organization, various verticals, etc., etc. My name is Dr. Kumar Dutt Ganzre. I'm working as a full-time director with one B school in Nasik, as well as heading managing director post. We are authorized partner of. I think there is some nice level. Yeah. Authorized partner with D.Y. Patil University, Mumbai, as well as we are authorized partner with Dresden University, Germany. So this is the company ISO 9000. We are having various verticals. The first vertical is the online education and online learning. In this online education, previously it was done by the third party. It is called as a winyouall.com. So they used to conduct this program through online mode. Right now, these programs are available on their platform, LMS platform, Learning Management System platform. But we are not very much active on that because there is no human touch at all. We have kept recorded lectures, assignment on the system. You can enroll and you can get the directly diploma through this online mode. So right now we have decided that let us come from the business point of view, from angle of just being a profession. Let us have this new look to our business, conducting the one-to-one session with the participants, so that it will help us to improve our image also, and it helps to create a good alumni base for the company. So this is the third batch of PGD, that is postgraduate diploma in educational management. Welcome all participant, our honorable chairman sir, Dr. Shailesh Kasande, and all our mentors today who have joined for the program. Here the system is different. We focus on learning. We focus on learning instead of going for just awarding any degree or diploma to the candidate. So I have prepared a very small presentation for you. I think most of the people have received it also. Hope my screen is visible. Mr. Sandeep?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
it is.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yeah. This is the innovative program, postgraduate diploma in management. Today is a formal inauguration function for formal inauguration function and induction function for PG diploma in education management. This is the flow of the presentation. We'll start with a program brief. Then we have Dr. Shailesh Kasande as the chairman of our Board of Studies Academic Council. So he will address the room. Then we have Dr. P. Malyadri. He will talk about educational policy framework. Then followed by there are certain opinions which our mentors want to give about this program. So we have mentors like Dr. Kishore Jagtap, Dr. Vijay Pitadia, Dr. Vikas Debata, then Dr. Sachitra Kumar, Dr. Pranjal, then Dr. Tahir Zari, then we have Professor Hardeep Singh and Mr. Jay Shankar Jay. These are our mentors, and also with few more people who are going to be with us in due course. And after that, immediately means discussion, you will have the first orientation session for the day. So it's the inauguration as well as induction. About the program highlight, it's 6 months to 1 year, means you have to complete in 6 months, but maximum in a 1 year time you have to complete this program. Secondly, 36 credit has been allotted as per the UGC as well as affiliated college norms. Total 50 hours will be the devoted as a contact hours for the program. And most importantly, what we would like to share on this very first day, it's online, distance and correspondence. If suppose few candidates could not able to attend on a very first day, for them, it is a correspondence. If you are attended, you can have the live discussion with our panel members. You can have live discussion with our resource persons and get your problem solved. So in two ways, so online as well as for correspondence. And through distance mode also, you can very well complete the program. Assessment pattern, I am going to discuss it separately during the presentation. Benefits, yes, you will get postgraduate diploma certificate as well as you will get a 6 professional certificate. What are the six professional certificates? I will let you know. Extensive training material you will also get, and one-to-one mentorship, which is what we always find focus on that. Objectives and program outcome. These are the two very important slides what we discuss or share on a very first day with you. The first objective is developing and conceptualization of educational administration, management, and leadership. So in an education system, we have three things. One is called as administration. Yes, it's a backbone. Those who are very good in administration, definitely they become successful in education. Secondly, the management, management, money management, everything. I am of management. And then, and most importantly, we want that in last three programs, last three courses, you have to develop your leadership qualities. So it's administration, it's a management, it's a leadership. So everything will be covered in this 6-month program. Explain the concepts of statutory compliance and general administration at the university as well as college level. Most of the people, those who are into education, they don't know what is meant by statute, what is meant by ordinances. So it's a good time, it's a good learning platform where you will understand the various modalities of statutory compliance, what is meant by UGC, United Grant Commission, what is meant by affiliated college, constituted college, what is the mean, how they perform, what are the rules, regulations available, what is meant by CBSE school systems, ICSE school systems. So everything all related to the statutory norms will be covered in the second objective. Third objective is about developing skill related to total quality management as per the quality assessment required for accreditation. In a previous meeting also, we have discussed that IQAC, QMS, and QA. These are the three important topics to be learned and understood by every participant. That is, everybody is aware that we have a special vertical, that is Association of IQAC Professional. In that, here also we are including the same thing. Will train you in terms of become a internal auditor, external auditor, what are the rules, regulation for going for a NAC or NBA. So everything will be covered. Next objective is to contribute to the individual performance. How you can contribute to a organization whenever you are joining as a, for the post of CEO or any other higher assignment. That time you should have your vision, mission, policies, everything clear in your mind. So this is our prime objective, that our participant should learn the basics about vision and mission. So outcomes will be the administration, management, leadership, QMS, as well as the most importantly, we wish to teach our people regarding the value-based education, because right now everybody is talking about Indian ethos, financial ethos, business ethos, as well as the value-based education. So we want to have that much power to understand the value-based education. We are pleased and honored to that we have a collaboration with academic collaboration with the renowned colleges as well as the international institute. Our collaboration with government PG college Raipur, Dehradun, then Maverick Business Academy London, Heli Management Consultancies UAE, Business Value India, the Legacy Academy, Sinhagad College of Engineering, and SNG Institute of Management and Research, Pune. So we have collaborated as per the requirement of UGC as well as per the requirement of statutory norms. We are pleased to have Dr. Shailesh Kasande as a chairman for our academic council. He is right now holding a post of CEO and group director with Surya Datta Group of Institute. He is an academic council member and chairman of BOS of Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune. Our mentors, already I have discussed about this. These are our mentors. Come to unveiling the first one about the what will be the module timetable. So here is a timetable for you. On day 1, that is today, you will learn about principle and procedures of curriculum development, how the curriculum will be developed. There are certain guidelines are available. We'll post one matrix on a group. We'll form a group today, WhatsApp group for all of you, where we'll post what are the steps which are required for developing a standard curriculum. Generally, it has been said that first you conduct one meeting with industry people, that is industry academic meet, then go for academic board of studies, then you go for academic council, then you go for governing council, and then syllabus will be revised or the program will be revised or program will be framed. Then it will go for pilot survey, pilot marketing, and then it will be launched in the market. In that way, in that fashion, the program is designed and developed. So we'll give a process, a standard process book guideline and booklet on the or common group. You have to design at least one program as per the guidelines. You have to design. That will be the final assessment criteria for day 1. So you will get 7 days time, a week time to perform this activity. Second one is a transactional process of teaching and learning, awareness and societal responsibility. This will be taken by Dr. Radha Vyas. Then curriculum and COP mapping, Dr. Shailesh Kasande, he is a master of everything. He will teach you about curriculum mapping, COP mapping. Then curriculum instruction and evaluation will be taken by Dr. Sijata Bolake. This is the syllabus for module number 1. Come to module number 2. For module number 2, we have, these are the 4 sub-modules: design and development of education, online education system, teaching and learning principle for online environment, effect of technology in distance education, design and developing of learning objectives, creating online activities, and online assessment. Come to the most important, accreditation and quality assessment. In this, we'll take you to the standard guidelines, international guidelines for quality management system, internal audit, conducting you should conduct internal audit, external audit, as well as what are the modalities for conducting the audit. Then most importantly, how you will benchmark the quality standards. There are certain systems how to benchmark this quality assistance. This is a very easy topic, easy to understand, but just you have to pay the focus. Process of IQAC and team building, and most importantly, NAC and NBA guidelines. Those who are into school and where NAC and NBA guidelines are not applicable for them, there will be a little bit twist in the teaching pedagogy or the material. We'll consider from their angle also. Next one is the competence assessment, training management. So we have included 4 topics in this syllabus: competency-based training methods and evaluation, design and development of training modules and practical implementation, professional way of competency assessment, how the competency will be assessed. Because generally what happens, we conduct various types of training program, and during the training program, we ask the multiple question, but the only missing link is assessment. We could not able to assess the slow learner, we could not able to assess the fast learner. So this program, this model number 4 will take you to how the professional training will be conducted, how as a leader of academic you should conduct a training program, a small training program, maybe a group activity for your faculty members. What are the modalities of conducting these activities? So this will connect. And the most importantly, monitoring training goals and effective training modules. You have to develop, design and implement training modules. Will give you enough time period to design at least one training module. You have to implement it. That will be the homework, that will be the assessment criteria for module number 4. Come to module number 5, statutory norms and just hold for a moment. Statutory norms and administration compliance to that. What are the effective administration skill you require to adopt for university or institutional setup? Then legal and statutory compliance, various boards, yearly compliance, then business plan, HR management. Please understand, HR is altogether a different ballgame as well as a different department also. So we always request and insist people that you should adopt these prime skill so that you will be equipped with all the HR guidelines. You start with the allotment of CL, PL and SL, and it ends with the conducting the thorough HR audit also. So it starts with the administration, ends with the HR functionalities. Next, and the most importantly, career planning. In this week, in this module, we expect that you should be an academic leader. How vision to be converted into reality, that is more important. Qualities of an effective leader of teaching and academic administration is more important. Career planning, when we are going to complete this 6-month program, we expect that you should plan your career. We love that whatever numbers we are having right now, few more are joining in a due course. They ask for a week time to enroll for the program. So maybe by 1st of December, 1st of November, they will join the room. So for them and for you also, we request you should have a plan with him. Means after completion of 6-month program, yes, we feel that our alumni, our pass-out batch has deserved, has got the desired post in the academic. They have been lifted from one place to the another. So that is what the ultimate outcome of our program. Then process to become edupreneur and proprietor to start educational institute. As you are aware that there are very few job opportunities available, so you can go become a edupreneur or entrepreneur in the education field. We have a tie-up with vakilsearch.com. It's a leading website. It's a leading company also. they have agreed that they will take the entire 2 sessions for this process. How you can establish your company, what are the legal modalities you need to adopt, what is the process of developing business plan. Then after that developing business plan, you have to how to implement it, how to market it, everything regarding the legal aspect, regarding the business aspect, marketing aspect will be taught by them. So we are having a collaboration with them. They will teach the entire process of to start your own business, because future lies there. We feel that if definitely you become a leader in the academic, if not, you should be become a good a startup vendor or startup venture, or become a good entrepreneur in this field. Now, this is all about the presentation. I will give a 2 minutes time to participant to ask the question anything if you have in your mind. Come to the slide. Move to the slide. It's a 2-minute time to ask the question. Over to you. Participant, they can unmute and ask the question.
Sir, Sandeep here.
Yeah.
Sir, are we releasing the academic calendar, sir?
Yeah, academic calendar is very simple. Every month, every Saturday, 4 to 6 is a fixed timetable. Module number 1 into month number 1, module number 2, month number 2, module number 6, month number 6. That's all. If we have started in from 16th October onwards, October to November, first module, November to December, second, December to Jan, like that. By the end of the March or first week of April, will complete the entire syllabus. Those who could not able to make it possible, for them, orientation program will be done, and maximum by end of the June will complete the entire batch. That is the target what we have kept from our side. So here learning is more important. Yeah.
Got it, sir. Got it. Sir. Thank you.
Generally, what happened? We are working class people. Generally, what we pursued is someone, because of some priorities, we could not able to make possible to attend all the 4 sessions. For them, the option of correspondence is there. We'll provide the recorded lectures, assignment to them. They have to perform during their working hours and then submit it. That is more important. Yeah, over to you. Participant, if you have any question, they can ask. We'll love to answer these questions. Hope there is no.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, sure.
In case, for example, in case if we could not complete this academic or score less, so is there again we need to study the same next year also, or how?
Generally, what way people ask to us, do we have any selection criteria? In that way, we said that we don't have a rejection criteria first. We have a selection criteria. We don't have a rejection criteria. Don't keep a single penny or a single percent doubt in your mind that you will fail the program. No, you are admitted, means admitted. It's assurance from our side, we'll get it done. That is our job. So in that way, we function. If you have any, you can contact the mentor. If you have a time constraint, you can complete 3 modules in 1 month time. You can conclude your session by May 2022, or by maximum June 2022. So in that way we function. We are very cooperative and generous people. Don't worry about it. Over to you. Flexibility is assured. Any other question?
Sir, I just have a question. This is Victoria here. See, we know that you're going to give us the lessons and stuff like that. And if we are able to go in a faster pace, will we be able to finish it earlier?
Yeah, that is a very good we say suggestion. Also, we believe in that. Previously, we tried to compress the program as much as possible. If you could able to complete and send the assignment on time before December, Definitely that can be possible also. So in 2 way, it's a process. Maximum you can complete in 1 year. That is a
So as soon as we start, then we will have the curriculum and the lessons in hand, so we can read through it, and as much as possible, we can send our assignments in, right?
yeah. Assignments
Okay.
very simple. Will not say that you have to write a page or 30 page write up on the best topic.
Okay.
These are the simple assignment observations you have to put in the system.
Okay.
Will how this LMS system will work. There will
Okay.
be MCQ questions. You have to go through it and then answer correctly. So
Okay.
it's a learning based assignment, not just the assignment for like that. The learning is more for us.
Okay. Suppose we miss out any lessons, then the lessons that you have, like the notes that you have sent, will be good enough for us to catch up with the.
Exactly. That will be. We have 9 mentors in our system. So you can
Okay.
contact the mentor if you could not able to understand any topic related to any of the syllabus. You can call them directly with prior appointment and get it done. So, for
Okay.
example, in the month of December, you are not available. You are having some marriage or other personal commitments. You can complete
Yeah.
the same module in the month of January. So, in January, you have to complete 2 or 3 modules, like that only. So,
Okay.
quality is assured. Only thing you have to assure that yes, we want that quality has been implemented and quality learning has been done from yours. So that is
Mm.
uh, promise we expect from your side.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Anyone having any question?
Kumar Dutt, sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Sudipto Bhattacharya. Welcome, sir. He's from.
Thank you. I don't know whether I will get a chance to speak to my new participants, but I take the opportunity to ask you a small question.
Yeah.
See,
Sure.
ideally speaking, this course is for entrepreneurs in educational space too.
Yeah.
So people who will be doing this course, even in national education policy, there is enough scope where people can build up institutes which are very unique and into the niche market. Since I am from VIT University, a lot of us who are in the education space, we are exploring all these options, whether we have such a lovely course which has been promoted and floated by Bestow Education or not, but we are doing it. Now, I think our course also should include, because I will be among the mentors, right, Kumar Dutt, sir?
Yes, sir.
Right. So I think Silas sir is here and a lot of other people who are already in this space of building up institutions as far as they are concerned. We can definitely have some people who will be interested in doing investment in the education space, so that we can connect on this platform people who are interested to start enterprises and people who are interested in investing in enterprises related to education. And particularly in national education policy, what we understood is there is a huge requirement for vocational stream, and particularly a lot of niche markets are available still which are not explored yet in India, particularly in public university space as well as a lot of private university. Can we explore that, Kumar Dutt sir? That attaching entrepreneurs with the investors, educationists with the investors. Can we have it?
Yeah, we can have it, sir. It's a very good question. We have a tie-up with vakilsearch.com. It's a company. I'm just naming their website because they are commonly known for that only. We have a tie-up with them. They will teach you or let you learn about various aspects of education, how the investment there, how this angel investors they come across your lifetime, and how you can invest on various types of educational systems. So all the verticals will be taught to you, all the participant. We required your resources and definitely your vision mission for module number 6. Definitely will be in touch. You'll be in touch from the day one on. one itself, sir. But yes, it's a promise from our side that all the modules will be covered thoroughly. Yeah, it's a great.
Kumar Dutt sir,
Yeah.
since Dr. Sailesh sir is here,
Yeah.
see, these people have a huge experience of building up institutions and what are the bottlenecks, how they have dribbled across lot of trouble which came on their way. And even I in virtual space has developed a lot of educational websites. So, and you also, you are running institute. So definitely we can include topics of institution building. Okay, like we are, see, recently we got S2CSB accreditation and ACSB accreditation. And in VIT, everybody knows that we are in the first, among the first private institutes who have got this. So, sir, I think we can include that in our curriculum too.
Sure. Dr. Shailesh is also an instrumental person for starting up a
Yes.
new university. He is excellent have contact with the UGC and as well as the state government for setting up a private university, deemed university. So we are very much honored to have both. I think the question from the participant is over. As per the agenda and as per the sequence, I request Dr. Shailesh Kasande to express his view. Over to you, sir.
Very good evening to all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay.
Yes,
okay. I have logged in from two devices. The device on which my video is on, my audio is off because the internet connection is slightly unstable. At the outset, let me say that this is a very wonderful initiative on the part of Dr. Kumar Dutt. We all are in academia or in the wider sense of training, skilling, upskilling, reskilling, that entire continuum, what we generally speak of as education. As a nation and as a fraternity, we are at a very key point in the history because of two aspects. One is the short-term one, which is the COVID pandemic through which we are going, and we are forced into digitization or digitalization. But in the national context of demographic dividend, etc., education is just being liberated. And as Dr. Sidupti was mentioning about several facets, so the new education policy announced in March 2020 has to have very profound transformative, I would say, impact on the entire socio-economic fabric of the nation. So given this context and given that we are in the very noble profession of teachers, educators, trainers, whatever hat we wear, the nuances of the term could be different depending on the audience that we all cater to. But we are in this noble profession of building human capital. A human capital which resolves problems of humanity. It could be education, it could be starvation, it could be health, it could be energy and environment, it could be the nation building, it could be at the local level solving some problems, so on and so forth. So given this responsibility that we as a fraternity have on our shoulders, I think this is a wonderful initiative. I am privileged to don the role and mantle of the chairman of the academic council in the August gathering of several of the mentors. On this present gathering itself, out of 16 participants, there are almost 7 or 8 doctors, and I'm sure the rest of the members also have vast experience in their own domains. Education management, as Dr. Kumar Dutt was mentioning, points or hints that today education needs to be managed. So when we look at our own history, we talk of Gurukul system, where the guru was everything, in the sense that he used to set the curriculum, he used to do the entrance test for the students, judge the capabilities, decide whether he is to be an archer or he has to go learn something else, or whether he has to have some other role. He used to conduct the final examination, decide the curriculum, certify, and then the student would graduate into the real world, and he or she was known by the name of the guru. But we have passed a long phase in history where education has been systematized. And today, the new education policy addresses several issues. Earlier, we were only addressing equity and access. But today, some of the issues that you all are actually pointing out as students of this program, those issues are flagged for the wider student community. So slow learner, fast learner, alternative modes of education, whether I can complete this within a short span of time, whether I would have access to videos. So all those issues are part of the NEP. So apart from equity and access, today we are talking of how do I root, say, in the Indian culture, or right now there was some discussion by Dr. Sudipto and Dr. Kumar Datta about niche areas in education which are unexplored. So teacher training is definitely one of those niche areas. Assessment could be another area, or looking at local problems could be another. So today, education needs to be managed. So from a managerial perspective or from a management discipline perspective, three aspects were already highlighted by Kumar Datta. And one aspect, I guess, which was there in the 6th module, but was not explicitly highlighted, got eventually addressed by Dr. Sudipto. So I will reiterate those for the benefit of the participants. So you have to don the hat of an administrator. So some things are to be done in a positive sense. I'm using the word ruthlessly as an administrator. Some things have to be done as a leader, where you inspire, where you motivate, where you create an ecosystem where the entire team can contribute and punch above their weight. So how do I get, say, above average returns, above average results from an average team? We all are not blessed to be with the IISCs and the IITs, and if I may say the VITs of the world, right? We all work in institutes where there could be, say, the middle strata contributing. But then as a leader, can I inspire? Can I motivate? Can I join the dots? So administrator, followed by leader. Then obviously manager. So we have so many management processes. So HR process, finance process, operations, daily operations, okay, operations process. You have to talk of stakeholders, you have to network, you have to take decisions. So in that sense, you are a manager. And you are both an entrepreneur as well as an intrapreneur. So within the ecosystem, how can I do something which is different? How can I dent the problem and achieve an outcome? So we all are in the era of choice-based, outcome-based systems, which means as teachers, we have to define our own outcomes also. So I look at education management along these 4 pillars. Administration, which although at times looks like, I would say, something which we cannot do away with, we do not like it. It is a necessary evil because at times you have to put your foot down. So administration, then you talk of management, you talk of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship and leadership. If we look at the stakeholders in education, right from, if we talk of student centric, so I will go from a bottom up approach. So we talk of student, we talk of teachers, we talk of the institute, we talk of the local community, we speak of the regulators, we speak of the industry, we speak of bureaucracy or public policy, we also speak of the not-for-profits, we also speak of, in the context of the new education policy, the local artisan community or the informal sector. I am highlighting all of this because as teachers, as educators, as professors, as counselors, as mentors for students, or maybe as principals, HODs, deans, and directors, we often do not really devote the required attention to all the stakeholders. So in a sense, it is right also because we have to specialize in a given area. So a particular institute or university is known for research, whereas some other institute would be known more for placements, whereas some other could be known for community work. But the point is, the time has come to create an integrated ecosystem where all stakeholders benefit through this synergy across these stakeholders. And I believe today the job of an education manager or the leader is to identify these ecosystem players and integrate them in such a way that the students, the teachers, the university, the management or the sponsoring body, all of them benefit out of it. Secondly, these days, we speak a lot about learning to learn, because the rate of obsolescence of knowledge or competencies, which I talk of as knowledge, skills, attitude, and values, this is getting absolute. So knowledge component, the shelf life is decreasing. Skills, so we till now, a lot of teachers used to focus, or even the academicians or the academic leaders did not understand this aspect of core aspect of teaching, where we overemphasize knowledge for the sake of only examinations. So we need to look at that aspect as well. As academic leaders today, I will not get into the finance part where you have to monitor the budgets and so on at this stage, but as academic leaders, one should have the vision to look at what are the upcoming trends in the society and industry. Just to give an analogy, if electric vehicles is an upcoming trend, should an automobile industry invest in creating a R&D and infrastructure so that you are incubating a small company within your company? So as a leader, do I see what trends are going to come up and how are they going to impact my organization, my university, my department? I think we need to understand that. Today, academic leaders are also engaged in a lot of compliances. And whether you are a registrar, whether you are merely a teacher, or so on, whatever you are, and whatever role, I don't look at academic leaders only as vice chancellors, directors, and deans. Every person in the fraternity is a leader in his or her own right. So in that sense, as a teacher, as an academician, as an educator, there are a lot of compliances that we need to do. A lot of data management is coming into picture. So we are almost running like a business entity these days, because we are no longer shielded from the so-called VUCA environment, because there are volatilities in our own environment also. Because of electives, what kind of electives or what kind of skills will be in demand 5 years down the line? As a curriculum leader, you have to integrate that today in your curriculum. You have to network with the right kind of stakeholders, external stakeholders. You have to market this internally as well as externally. So stakeholder management, strategic management. So the point I am emphasizing through all of this is one has to visualize oneself first as a leader. Only then one can actually deliver those leadership outcomes to the stakeholders, internal and external. And if you yourself look at yourself as a leader, then the entire team is going to look up to you as a leader. So what role we set or assign for ourselves, I think we all kind of radiate that role within the organization and that culture within the organization. So I guess this entire 6 modules that the program has kind of structured around, this is going to be a really good beginning for all the participants to evolve into various levels of academic leaders. This is a huge service to the society, because we often in academia, we lament the lack of good leadership in academia. And this is one thing, liberalization we had in 1991, that was economic liberalization. I guess with the new education policy and a lot of new initiatives like the credit bank and so on, education is going to be liberalized, or it is already in the process of being liberalized. The challenges that industry faced post 1991, similar challenges we are also going to face. The era would be the era where either you shape up or ship out. Program is going to help ourselves lead. I wish all the very best learning to all the participants, first of all. And I guess it would be immense value addition to the mentors also, because we are all doing a role wherein this is train the trainer kind of thing. So create the leaders who are going to create further leaders of the future. So with this brief input, I would say it again gives myself also an immense pleasure to join in such an endeavor, and we all collectively will make a difference. So with that thought, I stop my particular speech. Thank you, Dr. Kumar Datta, for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It's great to hear from you, a person from the education industry who is heading various posts in the university, who is know everything about the starting a new university, new ventures, more into private universities, deemed university. We are really fortunate to have you on board, sir. Once again, thank you very much, sir. We have Dr. Sachitra Kumar with us. He's very good, my friend, as well as he's the first person who had joined Best Study Tricks long back at the beginning. So welcome, Dr. Sachitra, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar Dutt. It's nice that I'm really listening educational consultant like, education academician like Dr. Sudipto, Dr. Shailesh, and you, and many more are there. So I really appreciate that this drive is, to start such kind of course will definitely make many of the student, many of the institution, more supportive. And I have certain because I think Dr. Shailesh and Dr. Sudipto and you already have taken care of the entire thing. So I did not speak much more on that, but something which I would like to share. First, let me introduce myself. I'm actually Dr. Sachitra Kumar Chakravarti, founder and CEO of Transilience Learning and Development, which deals in corporate training, competency mapping, and management consultancy. I'm also a counseling psychotherapist. So if we talk about educational management, as I have listened to Dr. Shailesh and you, Dr. Kumar Dutt, you and Dr. Sudipto, this is a very wide topic to talk about, but I can only point out some of the specific parts that I have learned and studied during my course. So educational management talks about managing the aftermath of certain career. What the education institutions are teaching to the learners need to be implemented when they are done with education. This is what I felt. And then there should be proper collaboration between the educational institution as well as the industries, a proper industry interface, as Dr. Sudeep so very nicely spoke about. The serious question is why there are so many jobless, but they are, they have, completed their education already. This is what, according to my perception, there's something lacking within the system of education, and that is how education management proved to be a very key part. And the quality of graduate depends on how the management level works through their job. The quality of the learners does not go better than the quality of the teachers who really teaches them. So hitting the ultimate point of how important educational management is to produce qualified graduates, postgraduates who are aligned well to the needs of the workforce. So otherwise, the education they have received is just a piece of paper hanging on every student's wall. So please consider these important points as the part of educational management. And thank you very much. Without taking much of my time, I again give this to Dr. Kumar Dutt. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Sachitra. Just give a few highlights on the history topic. We joined almost two or 3 years back the company. We started one program, corporate training, become a certified corporate trainer and competency assessment program. I'm very proud to say that there is one organization, All India Management Association. They conduct same type of program with some little modification. They have only one batch in a year. And we are fortunate to have every month a one batch, means 12 batches per year. So that much response we have got for this program. We have 4 different types of certification program: accredited teacher trainer, accredited management expert, certified teacher trainer, and then certified corporate trainer and competency assessor. So these are the 4 signature program we have started, and this is the first time we have started a full-fledged one-to-one. It's a one-to-one PG diploma program in educational management. Previously, it was there on learning management platform, but that was to a different company, our parent organization. So in that way we function. Once again, thank you, Suchitra. Thank you very much. For the entire room, I request that today is not the last day for admission. Those who have missed the admission for this program, they can enroll tomorrow or day after, within 1 or 2 days. You can inform your fellow colleagues, also teachers, to join this innovative program so that more number will be there. If number will be more, then definitely our teacher will be filled with a lot of joy and also enthusiasm from the participant that yes, we have to deliver something for the society. Thank you very much. From the behalf of Besto Edrex International, I express my vote of thanks to Dr. Shailesh Kasande sir, Dr. Sudipto Banerjee, Dr. Sachitra Kumar, and other mentors who have today joined. Now it's time to have a 1-minute break, or Mr. Dr. Rinkesh is there?
Kumar Dutt sir,
Yeah,
before Rinkesh sir starts, I just have one small correction.
Sure.
See, I am Dr. Sudipto Bhattacharya, not Banerjee, because usually Bengalis are connected to Banerjee because Mamata Banerjee is ruling the state on a lighter note. And number two is, it's very heartening to understand that your course on corporate training or corporate trainers that got so much followership because you are from a state which is strongly blessed by Ganapati Bappa.
Yeah,
okay, so that is the other reason. Now, last thing which I wanted to say to the participants is, please explore beyond what you are doing or what we are doing today. That is very important, because exploring the uncharted always give you a lot of things for learning. So on the way we learn, when we explore a forest which is unexplored, an ocean which is unexplored. So I didn't knew that I will be attending this program. At the last moment, Kumar Dutt sir sent me the link, sir. And Shailesh sir, I have a complaint against Kumar Dutt sir. He usually thinks I am out of his orbit, but I also have to come inside his orbit to say, I am in your orbit, sir. So unfortunately, VIT has pressurized us and we are in a work pressure cooker without safety valve in VIT. So that is one of the reasons. But Kumar Dutt sir manages so many things so well. And I am very, very honored to be here and learning from you and Sachitra sir also. So I am a Bengali, but presently in Idli Dosa's land of Tamil Nadu. Okay, I have started loving the cuisine. Sorry for budging in. Now I think Kumar Dutt sir, you invited Rinkesh sir, I think. Rinkesh sir, sorry I took your time out.
Absolutely no, sir. Absolutely no. It was a pleasure to hear you all stalwarts being on this particular platform.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for being with us. Now we'll come to the first section by Dr. Rinkesh Chheda. We'll start with the how to design, develop a new course module for the students. So there is one point that students are there. Second point is the industry. So understanding the need of the industry. Second one is course development. So you are sitting in a AC classroom or maybe in a air conditioner, your boardroom, and designing a new program. So how you connect that your student after completion of the program will be placed in the industry, because who is going to absorb your knowledge? They are going to absorb. Who is going to give the employability? Industry is going to give the employability to the students. So in that way, in function, over to Dr. Rinkesh. Before that, I welcome Dr. Balasubramanian. Balasubramanian sir, welcome sir. For the room, we have then just hold for a moment. I have unfortunately missed few people also. Yeah, it's over. Thank you very much. Over to Rinkesh sir.
All right. Thank you so much. I believe I'm just trying to connect with my video. I hope I'm visible. If I'm not wrong, just let me know. Am I visible?
Just for a moment. Where is your camera? Just remove that background.
Yeah.
Make it.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Visible.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Acha guys. Okay. Firstly, a very good evening to one and all present on this particular dais. A very strong way of a takeaway from my side as well from all you people who've spoken across, and it really had a lot of strong insights to learn, to understand, and to keep on learning, which is something that's never ending, and you always keep on learning. To be very honest, uh, on this particular platform, what we're going to learn is it's not like that I will be delivering it across a session to you guys, and you people will try to understand and take away something. It's a combination of a give and take levels of relationship. So there's a lot of things that I will take away from you guys, and there'll be a lot of takeaway that you could take across from my end, where I can try delivering across the best of the best way. To express my views, to express my thoughts, to express my opinions on the particular subject content. Now, when we talk about this particular program, we talk about this particular topic. I would request if everyone could help me out with regards to just using a pen and paper with you, so that at least I'll start up with a small activity, and we'll then have a kickstart to understand, and we'll take it up further down from there. So if everyone could help me out with a pen and paper, a small activity could be started up by me, and then we take up the discussion, we take up the insights. And also, if you don't mind, I would request if you can, if possible, you can switch on your cameras for just a muh dikhai, and then you can go off your cameras. No problem on continuously staying with your cameras on. All right, thank you so much. I would request if people can, help across to switch on their cameras, and no compulsion, just a camera, muh dikhai, and then we can go off the cameras. All right, thank you so much. All right, can I start with a small activity? Can we take it up on small activity? Can we go ahead? Can we start?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Now I'm going to give you across three specific words, and with the three specific kind of words, I want you guys to express that word. So you have to draw the words, okay? Now, when you want to draw this word, I'm just giving these three words. Don't ask me about the doubts. It's just a three words that what you feel about it, that you can draw it across. Okay, can we start with the first word? The first word which I'm telling you to draw is, you draw a sun. Okay, draw a sun. Just have to draw a sun. The second word which you could draw is to draw a tree. Draw a tree. And the third word that you could draw is to draw a house. Yes, I've given three words to you guys: a sun, a tree, and a house. Okay, let's see the sketching. Let's see MF Hussain. Who's the next MF Hussain in the making? Okay, quick. And I would really expect you guys, if you can help me out, to show me what you have drawn in, so that at least it's nice to see what people have drawn in. Sudeep sir, I'm not able to see because of a background. Okay. Background issue. Because of the background, I'm not able to see you, sir. Okay. I've got Rani ma'am, a sun, a tree, and a house. Cool, super. Okay, madam. And ma'am, I saw your drawing. Okay, Bala sir. Bala sir, if you can just bring it a little more closer. All right. Okay, a sun, a tree, and a house. Okay, right. Sudeep sir, yes, a sun, tree, and a house. Okay, cool, very nice. Sanjeev sir, sun, tree, house. Super. Rashmi ma'am, you're through. Still coloring required. Okay, all right, sun, tree, house. Super.
You didn't ask for the Rinkesh sir, you didn't ask for the mountain, I guess. There is a fantastic psychoanalysis we do.
Yes.
With this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
great.
Yes. All right. Okay, very good. Okay, all right. I've seen the images. Now just let's run through the history with regards to what we have drawn in. Okay, can I say this is something that you guys have that you people have learned across in your school days, right? In your primary section. Okay, maybe your age would be around 3 years, 2 years, 2.5 years, or even just like a kindergarten age. What is the current age right now we are in? And we're still in that zone of whenever is being asked us to draw a sun, we always have a circle a big string, a small string, a big string, a small string, a big string, a small string. Whenever been asked to draw a tree, okay, it's always ulta C, seedha C, and then it is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, whenever we asked to draw a house, okay, we always have the house called as, it's like a hut. Okay, it's not a house, it's a hut. Okay, can I say we are expected to do the same thing with regards to what has been asked and told by a teacher. In fact, if I ask you that you just point out towards north, the first thing that comes across is, you're pointing towards the ceiling. That's the north. But we don't realize it to which position are we in right now and where will be the north for us. A simple story again. Again, when I talk about a simple fill in the blank, okay, the fill in the blank comes up as the cow gives us dash. Okay, and we always have the first answer to that particular fill up called as the cow gives us milk. Why not be thinking a little beyond different? Why not be different? Let's try taking across something unique, something innovative, something creative, and we put in the blank. It can be a cow gives us a cow dung, cow gives us paneer, okay, cow gives us meat. We have to put in across something different. Why always we have the concept of a cow gives us a milk, and we always keep on telling the same thing, and it's becoming a rot learning for people and the students to whom we are teaching. That's something which it's we in our hands to break the levels of stereotypes and go a little beyond out of the box levels of teaching. And that is the first step for us as faculties, as mentors, as mentees, as the trainers, as the nation builders, to ensure that bring out something different, build up something unique, build up something creative, build up something which has not been similar, which everyone does it. And that's the only thing which allows students to connect with us. That's the only thing that allows the students to interact with us. That's the only thing that the students will love the way that we try delivering and teaching it. Okay, this is my personal observation, this is my personal belief, that students nowadays are more smarter than us. They are on their fingertips. They know everything with regards to what we are trying to talk to them, and they will Google it up easily. Okay, if you want to bring the students to your class, it's not by force, it's a choice. Okay, let's try getting the students by choice and let the student come in across to your particular class, so that at least your way of teaching becomes different and you get more of participant coming across from the student side when you're trying to deliver across sessions to them. I've noticed over a period of time that students have offline, any which is they were not sitting in for the lectures. Online, very difficult us to handle and keep on tracing and tracking the kind of students where they are right now. And we don't even know whether they're listening or they're not listening. To make it more stronger, this platform is any which was a one-way levels of platform. You really want to make it a two-way levels of platform. So when we want to make it a more strong, we are always abided by that curriculum. We are always been abided by that particular structure and syllabi. We are not going to touch on the structure and syllabi to alter, to amend according to our requirements. But can I say the way of delivering the structure and syllabi could be different, could be unique, could be innovative, that allows people to come and like your sessions and take it up even a 1% from your particular session as a takeaway. What are you bringing on the table is what matters. What are you being different and unique is what matters from the syllabus. Now, when I take across one subject called as entrepreneurship management or entrepreneurial management, I do have a session with them specifically for a couple of times. I make them show across Shark Tanks. Okay, now when I try showing them Shark Tanks, they understand as to how the whole model is being built up, how the whole model has to be developed, what are the insights of a particular model for a business entity, and how do you take it up that particular model in a different way. That is something we try to relate across from a theoretical perspective to a practical levels of perspective. That is something which we need to do it. That is something that we need to understand. Now here, there's one small video which I'll try to play it across. And with the help of this video, we will then see and understand about the whole concept of the topic. Is the video visible? Video visible? Can anyone help me out with?
Not yet started.
Not yet started.
Okay, but it is visible, right? I've not started so far, but it's visible, right?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so I'm just trying to play this video and we'll have a takeaway from this particular video, and this is the actual fact realities. Okay, I'm just trying to play the video.
Your son is a failure. He's barely passing my class, and with grades like this, I'm just not sure what kind of future he's gonna have. What do you have to say for yourself? You're supposed to graduate this year.
Listen to Mr. Johnson. What kind of future do you think you're going to have?
With all due respect, don't call me a failure. Failure is an event, not a person, in fact. And you talk about the future, Mr. Johnson, but you're not preparing us for that.
Excuse me?
Just listen to what I'm saying.
This should be good.
Would you agree that in the future, most careers will become automated?
Yeah, so?
So the people who succeed will have to be curious, innovative, with resilience to adapt to new changes.
What's your point?
My point is, the focus in this school is not on that. It is on regurgitating information and test taking, and that's just real. But in today's world, creativity is the most important leadership skill.
Oh, that's how you feel.
You don't have to believe me, but maybe you will believe the 1,500 executives who recently said creativity is the most important leadership skill. See, pretty soon, no one will be hired because of what they know. Because who cares what you know or if you've memorized a fact? We've got Google and Siri for that. In the future, people will be hired because of what they can do with their knowledge. Can they creatively solve real-world problems, not just follow instructions or directions and bubble in multiple choice questions? So, Mom, that's why I'm stressed, because these robotic tasks we learn in school should stop. Because no one can do a robot's job better than a robot. Billionaire founder of Alibaba, Jack Ma, said that we should not compete with artificial intelligence, but instead focus on developing unique human intelligence. Mr. Johnson, drills are for teeth, not the human mind. So these repetitive knowledge-based tasks we must leave behind. Or in the future, you're gonna find a lot of people graduating out of your class right into the unemployment line. See, many top companies today don't look at grades. Mom, that old way is expiring. Google has been quoted as saying GPAs are worthless criteria for hiring. Founder of Tesla, Elon Musk, agrees. So I say this with unease and sorrow. If you continue to teach today as you taught yesterday, then you rob us students of tomorrow. Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Sometimes sitting in your class is tough. I'm constantly thinking, if I don't look up at the clock, maybe it'll speed up. So I listen to you do my work and pay attention, feeling like an hour had to have gone by. But it was only 3 minutes. So if you wonder why we're bored in class, look, you want to get a kid to hate reading? Give them this, a school textbook. And some people think it's our fault, and that hurts me. They say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And to that I say no. Firstly, you can put salt in that horse's hay and make him thirsty. And if you bring joy in your classroom, you can make any bad student nerdy. As he or she discovers the beauty of truly learning. Mr. Johnson, I mean no disrespect. You have the most important job on this planet. You build, create, and save lives. But if you really care about my future, like you say, then you have to fully commit and ask yourself honestly, how do I prepare a child for a future that doesn't yet exist? Here's a hint. The answer is not found in this. It's using this and this. See, in the future, we will need more passion and compassion. People with inspired hearts and wisdom to uplift this planet. And Mom, I love you, but can I be real?
Go ahead.
You want to know one of the biggest factors for childhood success? It's not IQ. It's family meals. And we haven't had one of those in a while. See, I know sometimes you don't feel proud, because I may not be a straight A student, but I'm not stupid. These tests may be 70% of my grade, but they're 0% of my future. But don't worry, I'll pass this class and get through this. But I need you to give me the space I need to be me and live true. Because the best feeling in the world is that your own parents get you. There's a passage in a book called The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And if you don't mind, I'd love to share it with you.
Go ahead.
See, he says, your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, they do not belong to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow. So, Mom, I'd appreciate it if you give me the love that I need to pursue my dreams. See, if we are to succeed, all three of us need behavior change on all fronts. We talk about the future, but the future is now, and it is created now by all of us.
I've never heard you speak like that before.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But I'm going to reach out to administration and try to change some things. You have my word.
Okay, what did you find about this video? What was the takeaway from this particular video? Let's have a discussion on this particular takeaway. What did you find about a takeaway for this video? What was the insights of this video? Anyone can go ahead with expressing your thoughts on this. What do you find about the takeaway? Any takeaways? Anyone like to share across the takeaway from the video? How did you find the video in the first go? Yes, sir. I think so there's a lot of buffering that's happening at maybe.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, technically the boy want to break the conventional method of the examination system.
True.
And number one, the alternate way, how to make the pass or fail. And it's not like only a parameter to find out the success means.
True.
Another thing, they have to give you a room to bring out what the inner talent is with their children.
True.
But fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know that how in the systematic syllabus they had given at the same time they can bring out the out of the box.
Correct. True. Agree to the point. Something, sir, which we cannot touch in across to build up a levels of change in our curriculum is something which we cannot just do it. But can I say we could try to alter, amend, and be a little flexible when it comes down to delivering across the curriculum the way that it has to be delivered in a different way from our perspective to the student.
Because I don't feel that in the examination pattern and the pass and fail, it is one parameter maybe we have to revise. But at the same time, whatever we are teaching or we are studying in the school, it's not the complete one. It's only like a basement.
Absolutely.
Even if you are teaching high school, it is a base for the higher secondary. Even if you are teaching some lessons in the higher secondary, it is the basement for the graduation. Again,
True.
the graduation is the basement for the post-graduation. Again, the post-graduation is the basement for the research. Even the research is also not like complete one. Because we know that even the MBA qualified peoples are working in a college, whereas the non-qualified MBA person is running a beautiful business. So we don't know the difference why MBA qualified are stuck in the conventional stream and unqualified people are doing a pakka business.
True, absolutely. Agree to the fact.
So where we are going tall or short. So again, we have hundreds of universities and thousands of professors. We are designing, and I don't know when we will make a complete design.
Absolutely true. So that's what. So that's the whole outcome that comes in across. If you try noticing certain structures of a syllabi cannot be amended, cannot be altered, cannot be modified, cannot be changed because it's already given across by the head of the by the authorities. And but can I say when we're trying to put across designing or trying to ensure that how we try tweaking, how we try putting up some tadka towards that particular curriculum in the way of executing in a different way is something what is the current scenario we need to work on. It's something that we need to understand that how a curriculum development is not just from the bookish knowledge, but we have to see to that how new, innovative, creative parameters could be put up in our curriculum that actually allows the students to get a hands-on experience in a very practical way. Just an hour before, I was working on one of the curriculum, and I had tried incorporating one OTT platform curriculum. I said how an OTT platform has really changed the mindset of the audiences towards television, towards media. And that's something which I really felt strong that it is a need of an hour that the students should now need to understand about the new aspects of an OTT platform and how this particular platform has taken up the next move to the audiences in the mindset. When we tried talking about, I was also trying to build up some curriculum for a research. I told them, let's take up one module, let's take up the last module, and we take up a specifically research paper to be given across to our students, where the students will then get a published papers in UGC care listed journals or a Scopus or an ABDC journal. we had to tweak it. We have to do it. Now, this liberty, this freedom can come in only when there is an autonomous institutions or when there's an autonomous bodies who are working on a self-reliant syllabus. But certain things which is as per the government, as per the university norms and circulars, obviously that we have restrained to those kinds of alterations to be done in that particular syllabus. But we still have an opportunity to take that particular syllabus in a different way. We still have an opportunity to execute that syllabus in a different way when we're coming up in terms of teaching the paper, the subject, the unit, the modules, the concept from there. So it's not that we don't have flexibility. We do have a level of strong flexibility, but we need to understand that where we can try using the levels of flexibility and where we should not try to use that. We don't get the flexibility, but we should try tweaking it to ensure that to make it more interesting and more better. Here, when I talk about principles and procedures of curriculum development, this is something which I got to know from 2-3 faculties at the university level when I was trying to set this particular syllabus. Even I later on found out the gap that took place. We are in the process of building up syllabi. We are in the process of seeing that, this is something that should be incorporated, that is something that has to be incorporated, and we build up the syllabi. When we try to execute it, when we try to teach the students, sometimes it happens that it has become too much to express in one particular unit, in one particular module, or it has become too lengthy and procedure of syllabi that has been built up by me before executing. So this is something this semester I faced across for one of my papers when I was framing the syllabus, and other faculties who are teaching the subject also called me up and said, Rinkesh, it's become too heavy in terms of from both perspectives, from the student's perspective also to grab that particular concept, and it also becoming difficult for us to complete within a stipulated time frame, because time is something which you have to abide to and you can't go anything beyond the specific levels of time. So I did understand that, okay, there was a gap that took place this time because I was in the intention to give more importance towards the syllabi and the new aspects to it. But when it comes to executing, it really become a difficult task for me to complete within that stipulated time frame, and it has become very heavy for the students to grasp it. So when I'm trying to sit for the other subject syllabi making, I realized that, okay, we need to work within the timelines, but get some fresh thing, get some more practical aspects towards the syllabi, then getting into quite theoretical perspective on the syllabus that we're trying to frame. That's what the whole crux and idea of the aspects of curriculum. Now, when I talk about the aspects of curriculum, I say we need to think a little bigger. We really need to understand that it is not a rote learning. It is not a kind of a jack of all and masters of none. But it is my observation, it is my understanding that we need to get the level of specialization. We need to realize that whether this particular subject, whether this particular content, whether this particular module will really going to give an outcome to that particular audience or not. Whether the audience would get some practical exposure towards that particular theory aspects or not. What is the whole outcome towards getting that particular topic put into the particular